Benny the bunny awoke to the melody of birdsong streaming through his cozy burrow. Sunlight spilled through his leafy window, making his snowy white coat shimmer as he stretched and yawned. He smoothed his velvety fur with a careful paw, flicking his emerald green eyes over to his snug sky blue vest. Today felt like an extra special day, and he chose the vest with the shiny brass buttons and, of course, his favorite soft crimson scarf. With a cheerful wiggle of his cotton puff tail, Benny hopped out into the fresh, dew-kissed morning. The meadow beyond his burrow glowed with golden light, wildflowers fluttering in the gentle breeze. It smelled of clover and honey, and tiny butterflies danced overhead, their wings reflecting pink and blue sparkles in the sun. "Good morning, world!" Benny chirped, his ears perking tall, though, as always, the tip of one drooped playfully. As he strolled along a winding path bordered by bluebells, Benny noticed something odd sparkling in the grass. Curiosity twinkled in his eyes. What could that be? He wondered, aloud, hopping closer, his pink-padded paws barely making a sound. There, nestled among the clover, was a shell. No ordinary shell, but a perfectly smooth, spirally one. It glowed with a magical, pearly light, silver, blue, and hints of lavender swirling on its surface like morning mist caught in a secret dance. Benny's heart thumped with excitement. He crouched low and sniffed it. The shell smelled faintly sweet, like fresh rain. "How extraordinary! What are you, little shell?" He reached out with gentle paws and nudged the shell into his pocket. But as soon as it slipped inside, the world around him began to shimmer and hum. The grass bent as if bowing. The air tickled his whiskers with a tingling breeze. Suddenly, a tiny silvery voice spoke. "Thank you for finding my home." Benny's ears shot up as he looked around. Who said that? Out from a thicket of forget-me-nots drifted a creature he'd never seen before. She was no bigger than a berry with wings like dandelion fluff that sparkled. Her dress was spun from the petals of a purple crocus. Her rosy cheeks dimpled when she smiled. "Hello," she chirped. "I'm..." "Oh," Benny beamed, gently placing the glowing shell on his open palm. "I'm Benny. I didn't know sprites lived in this meadow." Lila fluttered onto his paw, inspecting her shell. "We do, but only those with the kindest hearts and sharpest eyes can find us. Today you did both." Benny felt proud, his scarf fluttering as he sat back. "I'd love to learn more about the magical side of this meadow." Lila grinned. "If you're willing to help, there's more to see." With a tiny pop, she tapped the shell, and suddenly a shower of shimmering petals floated through the air, revealing a hidden path lined with luminous stones. Betty's eyes grew wide. The world on this path glowed like a nighttime sky filled with twinkling stars on the ground. "Come with me, Benny. There's someone you must meet," Lila said, twirling midair. Benny hopped along the sparkling trail, his vest swishing and tail bobbing. Every step revealed new and secret marvels: mice with daisy hats, ladybugs using acorns as boats in tiny puddles, and butterflies carrying drops of amber nectar. At the heart of the meadow was a tiny ring of mushrooms, glowing pale gold. Sitting atop one was a fuzzy brown mole wearing round spectacles and a leafy green cloak. His name, as Leela introduced, was Professor Mossborough. "Welcome, welcome," said Professor Mossborough, blinking at Benny. "You must be the helper Lila spoke of, the one who found the enchanted shell." Benny nodded, ears catching the soft whir of dragonfly wings nearby. "We've been searching for that shell," Professor Mossborough continued. "It's not just Leela's home. It's the key to keeping our secret meadow safe. When it is placed in the moonlight pool, all the magical creatures will be able to hide from stormy weather and have enough dew to drink." Lila looked at Benny hopefully. "Would you help us return it? The way can be tricky, and only someone clever and brave can carry it safely." Benny puffed out his chest, not with pride, but with a twinkle of readiness. "I'd be honored." They set off together, with Benny hopping carefully and Leela riding on his back. The journey to the moonlight pool twisted through tall grass and under arching ferns. On the way, they met Clifford the field mouse, a cheerful fellow with gentle eyes and a giggling laugh. Clifford scampered ahead, showing Benny a shortcut through an old log. But as Benny poked his head inside, whiskers twitching, he heard a rustle. Out tumbled a lost baby bird, her feathers more downy than flight-worthy. "Oh no," she peeped, her voice tiny. "I can't find my way out." Benny crouched beside her, one ear bent kindly. "Don't worry, little bird. What's your name?" She sniffed, "Pip." Leela smiled gently. "We'll help, Pip." Thinking quickly, Benny remembered the mushroom ring. "Professor Mossborough helps everyone in the meadow. Hang on to my scarf, Pip." Tucking her into the warmth of his scarf, Benny backed out of the log and bounded back along the luminous trail, with Clifford and Leela fluttering beside. Professor Mossborough greeted Pip with a wise nod. "Safe and sound now, my dear." "Benny, that was thoughtful and kind." Pip nuzzled Benny's soft fur, chirping, "Thank you." "Now," said the professor, "the moonlight pool awaits." Back on their journey, Benny and Leela finally reached the moonlight pool, a round, silver mirror nestled in reeds and soft moss. The breeze carried sweet scents of wild mint and violets. The moon's reflection shimmered even in daytime, casting gentle light over them. Carefully, Benny placed the gleaming shell at the edge of the pool. As soon as it touched the water, the shell rose and floated, spinning slowly. Silver-blue ripples reached across the pond, and one by one, all the magical creatures began to appear from their hidden places to celebrate. There were fairy hedgehogs with twinkling toes, dancing bees with raindrop wings, and wise old newts who sang in chorus. Leela's eyes sparkled. "Benny, you've returned the shell and helped a friend. The magic of the meadow is safe, and you've reminded us how important kindness and bravery are." Professor Mossborough presented Benny with a special acorn pin, shiny and gold. "For you, Benny, so you'll always be welcome in our magical meadow." Benny slipped the pin into one of his vest's secret pockets, heart swelling with happiness. His scarf fluttered, and he realized the day had been full of wonders, simply because he stopped, looked closer, used his cleverness, and offered help where it was needed most. Soon it was time to go home. Lila and Clifford walked him back along the sparkling path. The magic gradually faded, but Benny knew he'd never forget. It had changed him in small, shimmering ways that would last forever. Back in his cozy burrow, as the sky turned dusky pink, Benny tidied his snowy fur and curled up, acorn pins safely tucked away. He could still smell the wild mint and feel the warmth of Pip's grateful hug. He smiled to himself, knowing that the meadow was more magical than ever, and that wonderful things often happened when you ventured out with an open heart and curious eyes. As Benny the Bunny drifted off to sleep, his dreams sparkled with light, adventure, and friends, old and new, waiting for his next hop into the magical unknown.